So we got Donald Carlson from Tweeds today. So, man, me and Don have ran it one time before with another podcast, but
How long ago was that?
Dude, it's been probably a couple years now, at least. This is the you can go all around, right? The Sarasota SpeaX podcast. So the first thing, Felipe breaks it down the best. Even though we give him shit for being late, he breaks it down the best, kind of the vision and idea behind this. And when you think Sarasota SpeaX podcast, your name definitely comes to mind. So thanks for joining us.
Fit, actually, Donald. You're the kind of person I think of when we originally came up with this idea. And Sarasota SpeaX is about letting people know that Sarasota is more than just retired people or older people, or it's a very diverse community full of interesting people, particularly entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
And the problem is everybody's doing their own thing and they're working so hard. So if you don't know them, you would never hear these stories. We happen to be lucky enough to know a lot of great people like you. So we want to bring those stories to everybody else, as if they were sitting here having a coffee or a beer with us.
Sarasota's a great place.
There you go.
Preferably a beer. Can I vote beer? I'll vote beer.
I say coffee or beer just to make our audience.
Red Solo cup, so.
We cater to all types of audience, both drinkers and non-drinkers.
That's right. So let's go back. You were born in Sarasota, born and raised in Sarasota?
So I was born in Port Charlotte.
Okay.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Close enough, yeah. Just
and then when
you don't want to go to Port Charlotte if you don't know Sarasota. Sarasota's a place to be.
Why did you move to Sarasota?
Well, my dad always had his dry cleaning business in Sarasota, but I moved to Sarasota.
Why dry cleaning is no good in Port Charlotte?
I think my dad wanted to separate his business life from his personal life.
Okay.
So he had the business in Sarasota.
Interesting.
And he kept his family life in Port Charlotte.
I feel like that's popular. A lot of people either live out east or live down south and run businesses here and then go home when the day's done.
Yeah, 100%. I wish I could do that.
Well, I can assure you that Don is not doing that. Do you have a personal life outside of your business life?
I keep it all together.
It's great, man. And when I think of entrepreneurs in Sarasota, you're all over the place. You're literally everywhere. Your trucks are parked all over the place. You have the shop down the street from us, which I want to get into, but Trey is really good at that too, kind of omnipresent in the roofing. His signs are everywhere.
Yeah.
Your trucks are everywhere. So these are the type of people we want to bring on the podcast. But you started your business, suits out of a truck essentially, right?
Yeah.
So tell us about the transition from, when you were a kid, obviously watching your dad keeping his business and personal life separate, to now, you're all in with everything. Yeah. Everything suits. Yeah. How did that transition?
I got to interrupt and add that I'm also a customer of his dad's great dry cleaning shop, and they are consistently rated #1 in town.
Yeah.
And they, let's put it this way: I go to Christie's.
You look sharp.
Thank you. I do what I can. My clothes are usually clean.
Perfectly pressed.
I like the suit jacket. I don't care what Trey said. It ain't no T-shirt like this, but hey, it's
I use
solid.
Christy for my alterations.
Okay,
Christy.
Yeah, I know Christy.
You know how picky she is.
Yeah. Did you know Jerry that used to be there?
I think so.
The
Yeah.
old New York dude, yeah.
She basically told me, listen, there's only, because I don't live near your dad's shop, but she's like, the only place I trust my clothes to in town, Carson's. That's it.
There you go.
So that's he comes from. I bet
you there's some other Carson's clients watching this too.
Well, probably maybe. Who knows?
We got to get Pops.
He comes from a legacy of success, but you tell your story about how you started the truck, because you've told me this story before.
Yeah. So, I worked with my dad for 7 years from 2012 to 2019. So I'll go back just a little bit before that I don't know if everyone or you guys know, but I was a magician for 12 years of my life.
That's pretty cool.
Did you guys know that or not?
Dude, we should bust. I need to bust out some damn magic tricks. I did know that.
I was gonna let you slide on that one.
But yeah, so I thought I was gonna be a magician for my career. I was
is that thing right there never ending? Is never stops. It's one of those infinity.
That's what I should do. Yeah, that's funny. But no, so out of high school, I worked at Universal Studios as a magician, got fired from that job because I couldn't sell well enough. And then I came back to Sarasota. I didn't know what I was going to do. So I was like, Dad, can I come work for you at the dry cleaning business? But I didn't want to be pressing clothes. I wanted to provide value somehow. So I started knocking on doors and asking people if we can pick up and deliver their dry cleaning. Literally.
Is this something you guys offered at the time?
Very little. My dad had 5 people on the route, and it was just something we didn't really do.
Right.
But I was like, that's the easiest way I can go in and bring more people to the business and provide value.
And all it takes is a fist and a set of balls to knock on a door.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, there's some ladies watching this that would argue that.
No, it's funny. For a long time, because I literally knocked on countless doors, and I used to have these balls at the point of my right here, because that's how it would knock.
Door knockers?
Yeah, no, calluses.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, from knocking on so many doors. They're gone now because I don't knock as
So
much.
you're like a blue collar, white collar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd walk around in my suit trying to get people to dress up so they can use dry cleaning services.
Now, would you do this downtown?
No, I would go into neighborhoods.
Okay, neighborhoods.
Yeah. But we would like pass out cards downtown and stuff. But it was a lot of like go to the door, try to find the decision maker, go in nice neighborhoods, and that was it. So I did that for 7 years, got burnt out, like worked really, really hard to build that up. And then, so me and my fiance went on a 10-day road trip. We went to New Orleans, Texas, Arkansas. On the trip, I got inspired to get into the custom clothing business. The day I got back, I sold my car, bought a 16-foot box truck, built a suit shop inside of it, and
the rest is history.
Yeah, literally. I had no idea how I was going to do it, where I was going to start, but I was committed. I had courage to do it, and looking back, I'm like, damn, like that was a crazy time.
How old were you then, though?
That was 4 years ago. I was almost 27 or 26. Okay. So
I can't even say you were young and had nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Hey,
probably
he's still young. He's still young.
Yeah, still young. Yeah. But, I did have, got down to like $500 in my bank account, and my fiance was making me lunch every day and supported me, and that was it.
I love that story. I love the entrepreneur story. So you got a box truck.
Yeah.
How long does it take till you wrap the box truck?
That was the first thing I did.
Trey's a big wrap guy.
Yeah. Well, so we didn't actually wrap it. We painted it.
Okay.
That one. And then we put the decals on it. And then it took about 2.5 months to build it out. And during the build out, I was just like figuring out how the heck I was going to do this.
Yeah. So when they first told me about the box truck with the suits, your immediate thought process is, okay, that's weird. You think about nice place downtown where someone wants to go get fitted. But then when I thought about it further, people that want custom suits, they usually at least perceive their time to be more valuable than the next.
Yeah,
so
100%.
the fact that your truck's mobile probably added a lot of value to your customer base.
Yeah, the convenience of it. And that was kind of the same thought process of like the pickup and delivery service for the dry cleaner. Like what busy professional who wants to, spend his time growing his business or whatever wants to go drop off clothing. And then they forget to drop it off, forget to pick it up, and it's just a hassle.
Yeah, you got it. So you got your background in door knocking. So I'm assuming the first thing once you have your truck is you reach out to previous clients and then door knock, presumably.
Yeah, that was it. I reached out to my power base, people who supported me, and
power base, a real sales term there.
Yeah, right.
See, now
Proud was part of the power base.
Universal Studio would love to have you back. This guy can sell now.
But it's the truth, right? You reach out to like the low hanging fruit that will pretend. Why are you going to go find something else? Like you use what you have, and then knock on doors.
It doesn't seem like, and I don't know how long ago you bought a suit, but it didn't. At that time, I didn't know you were a new business. I mean, you were a professional. You killed it, and I bought a Tom James suit before his, and I got taken to the cleaner.
We talked about that
one, and so. And listen, nothing wrong with Tom James. They got some nice stuff, but my first suit was like, then I met you, and I'm like, I should have bought my suits. I could have bought 5 suits for what I paid for one. No. But the experience was great, and I didn't perceive my time more valuable, but I knew that my time was valuable, not more valuable, it just was valuable. So it was a super pleasant experience having you come to me. The box truck was right there. We tried it on. You had the mirror. Even in the Florida heat, it was still cool back there. We were good, and you're not like. Dude, I'm not like getting dressed in a dressing room in the box truck. I'm throwing on a suit jacket to make sure it fits.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
So and Mark introduced me to you, right?
I believe so. Yeah,
Mark.
Yeah, you were next door. You were next door selling a suit. That's the other thing. Yeah. You're selling a ton of roofs to the next door neighbors. I mean, when you're showing up on location to a business, there's other businesses around them.
Yeah, so, exactly.
I love that, man.
So when you guys do a roof, do you have like your guys go?
So I just absolutely
plaster the
area.
Yeah.
So we got yard signs. I got flags that I stick up now. We put door hangers called 6-packing. And, we want to...
What's 6-packing? Like the 2...
Yeah, the surrounding 6...
Yeah. Okay.
6-pack beer. No, 6-pack houses around the house that we're doing.
Drop 6-packs off at all the surrounding neighbors' houses.
Yeah, because we do a good job. We move fast. We're clean. So... everybody around that sees us doing the job, it gives us validation,
So do you put yard signs just like in random neighborhoods?
I'll put a yard sign in, for sure, the roof when we're doing the roof.
Okay.
I'll put a yard sign if I do a favor for someone. Maybe they have a small repair where it's like, I don't want to charge them.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll get up there and take care of you. Just throw a yard sign in your yard. So it's worth it.
1 month contract.
Yep.
Love it.
So you got to sign a paper.
Yeah. So someone like me that is not a suit person, like the other two gentlemen at the table, you want to walk me through the process of when you had the box truck. Okay, you come to my place of business, and I want to buy a suit.
Yeah.
Take me there.
So I mean, we break it down into three parts, which is discover, design, measure. So first, we need to understand like what the client's looking for. Why do they need a suit? What do they have? And once we can understand that, we can start like properly selling them on what they need. And then we go through a measuring process, which typically takes like 20 minutes. So we take all the measurements, we put you in what we call fit models. So like once we have an idea of what size you are, we put you in one of our pants, jackets, and shirts. And we actually take pictures and videos to understand like how our patterns lay on your body. It just like secures our measurements. So now we have like a double, we take the measurements, we put them in one of ours, and it helps us create the perfect fit. And then we like look at patterns. So, linings, buttons, and it's all made from scratch.
And for somebody that doesn't have a suit like yourself, he can help you walk you through it exactly what you want, whether it's overlapping buttons or strong roofing on the inside of that suit jacket. Ooh, that's what he needs, Don. Get this man a strong roofing jacket. Some green undertones, maybe some green stitching.
Green stitching.
Dude, he's got you. And then it's a write-off.
There you go.
It's a write-off. Throw your logo on it.
No, but I do get that thing, I'm not a suit person, or I don't have to wear a suit. And I mean, there's almost really no job or anything where you have to wear a suit every day anymore.
Right.
It's just I take it down to it just becomes a decision. It's all right, I'm going to take my girl out on a Friday night. Am I going to wear a t-shirt and shorts, or am I going to take the extra 15 minutes and present myself properly tonight? So that's
you can tell Don's overcome that objection a time or two.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the fact. It's a huge objection, and I'll just hit him back with that.
It's not bad.
You probably don't have to wear a suit every day, and you're in finance.
No, I'm a 3-day-a-week guy,
right? And you're finance, right? So 20 years ago, someone did, right?
And that's how that's how I got into the whole in your process. I got to say, your custom suit is more comprehensive than I think what some of your competitors are doing,
100%.
who are doing the overseas stuff.
Yeah.
Because that pattern thing you described, I've had lots of suits fitted. The reason is because my dad's a bigger guy.
Yeah.
So he needed them because he worked on Wall Street and he needed custom suits.
Yeah.
So when I got old enough, it was we'll get you one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or at least a coat. Or, That was just
I mean, for us, it's measuring is one of the most important things, because when that suit comes in, if we can nail that measuring on the first one, the client's damn, I look good, I feel good, and they're just so happy.
There's nothing like clothing that fits.
Yeah,
I mean,
100%.
period. Whether it's a pair of jeans or a custom suit.
Yeah. Yeah, and we get a lot of guys that are just coming in for custom jeans and a t-shirt to throw with a jacket or something.
So you do custom jeans too?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's new. That's new, and I want to get into the brick and mortar too. But the uniqueness of starting suits out of a truck, wanted to cover, and then obviously Sarasota Speaks podcast. I want to talk Sarasota for a minute because you've seen it develop. You've seen the changes. Now you're downtown with your new location, which again we'll talk about in a second. But the growth we've seen in Sarasota, the business friendly community. We talked with Eric Arroyo, previous mayor, about how friendly that Sarasota can be for young entrepreneurs like ourselves. I think I'm seeing it. You've seen it. But what are you most excited about that you're seeing with all of the changes? For instance, 600 apartments going right next to this building. I don't know if you've seen that going up.
No, I love to hear this.
That whole, that's a great market for you. That whole building next to Hollywood 20 right there.
Oh, I know that. Okay, that's
thing.
Right. I'm forgetting how east we are right now, because we're right there. No, that's huge.
And on top of that, I heard that all the Sarasota lanes, behind Sarasota lanes, all that property east of, even further east of us.
Yeah.
I think they said it was 7 acres or something was purchased by developers.
Yeah.
And they're going to develop that. So they're bringing more people downtown to the east side.
Keep it coming.
Right.
People deserve to have a place to live in downtown Sarasota.
Trey had a real important question for you though in regards to Sarasota that we've kind of coined the theme of Sarasota right now. Why don't you fire it away?
Yeah, so a hot button topic is the roundabouts. What are your feelings on the roundabouts in Sarasota? Like them, love them, hate them?
I actually like them. Personally, I do. I think as long as a person knows how to use them, I like them.
Yeah, right? Well, Felipe always says that the reason he doesn't like them is because he can't text when he goes on the roundout. It disrupts his rhythm.
His flow, you gotta put it down for a second.
No, what do you like about them?
I personally think it looks nice. I do think it keeps the traffic flow going more. And I don't have anything against them. I don't know what they did to Ringling Boulevard, but
with the bike lanes.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
Who's riding bikes in 96-degree weather? I don't know. I mean, it sounds good, but
hey, did you guys see that the guy got a big ticket for running a stop sign on a bicycle?
Yeah,
it was all over the internet.
I did see that.
Oh my god,
that was like $280 ticket.
Yeah.
Like one of the comments was like, "What are you gonna do? Impound the bike?"
Yeah.
No, but I saw somebody in like Tennessee or something Memorial Day weekend put a 200 horsepower motor on like a 16-foot John boat, and the local department was looking for that person based on like some pictures. I mean, the boat's completely out of the water. 200 horsepower on a 16-foot boat is crazy.
What lot is that?
But he didn't harm anybody.
Don't give the guys around here any ideas. You know,
right.
They'll be sending it left and right.
I'd love to see that. So talk us through the transition from like, I know there's been some struggles too, so it doesn't have to all be highlights unless there's not been struggles, and that wouldn't surprise me either. But the transition from, suits out of a truck, which was essentially your brand, to now you have the brick and mortar location. How did that concept even, happen?
Okay, let me just go back to the Ringling Boulevard thing real quick, just in case whoever's listening to it, that was their idea.
Everybody's got opinions on roundabouts.
It looks really good, but it's tight. But anyway, and roundabouts, I don't think they're that bad.
You still park the truck up that way, or no?
No, I moved it.
You moved it.
I had to move it.
So, navigating that must be a little tighter in the box truck too.
Yeah.
They only let him for so long until they give him tickets, and then he moves it.
Yeah,
sees that pink sticker on the window. He knows he's got to go pick it up.
Yeah, they're about to impound it. No, I had to get all of the trucks outside of city limits. So that's why they're like all scattered all over the place. But yeah, like when I started Tweeds, like people would, I don't know, they're like, why did you start out of a truck? And I thought it was good, the convenience. I thought it was cool, and I never thought like I would have a storefront. Like if you were to ask me like 2 years ago, I would have been like, no, I'm definitely not doing a storefront. Like that's stupid. But just we grew, and I had my first guy come on, and then we just grew a little bit more, and I wanted to have a nice storefront to like host events and be able to service ready to wear clients, like people who need things last minute that we weren't able to do. And so I enjoy having the store.
I'll be honest, I was shocked when I saw you got the store because I know what this space costs here.
Yeah.
And I know that, that's a lot of suits you got to sell every month, right?
Well, I always look at it as like, because I always get that comment too, like, man, how much is your rent and stuff? But I mean, what's the opportunity cost that's lost?
Plus the rent. Just the advertisement and being there and the permanence of it does so much to solidify that clientele. It's particularly high-end clientele, right? Which is your clientele.
Yep. How long have you been in the space?
7 months.
Are you in the brick and mortar space?
Yeah.
See, I mean, there's things that when I went brick and mortar that I didn't even foresee.
Yeah.
Like there's all kinds of added benefits that you don't think about.
People can come see you.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we're doing several events, like, maybe we can do something for the insurance agency or something like this month we're doing an event, actually tomorrow night, a big event with all like realtors. At the end of the month, I'm doing an event with Keller Williams, and we're putting together an event with all like interior designers in town.
Great idea.
And the next 2, like, we're just trying to use our space as like a place to get people in.
Also, it sounds like you're influencing the influencers, which is a big thing with the realtors, the interior designers.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not only clients for you, but they have access to the clients you want, correct?
100%. We're trying to build relationships, and we're trying to provide value at the same time. So, yeah.
So talk me through the decision to go brick and mortar though, because you built your brand on suits out of a truck. That was something you obviously loved and had a passion for. So at what point did you say, you know what, I'm going to start a brick and mortar store, but still keep the same, whatever?
And let me add, did you feel like a sellout at all when you went brick and mortar?
No, I didn't feel like that at all, but I did, like we are still doing the truck thing.
Okay.
Like people still want us to come to them. We still take the truck to Tampa and whatever, Fort Myers, and like we still offer that. We just now happen to have a store too.
Yeah.
So we're not ever going to get rid of that. That's part of the story. It's part of the convenience, and that's just.
So no, he does not feel like a sellout. You got to fire away some hard questions every now and then. So what struggles have you had starting the brick and mortar versus, you know, what you saw with the trucks? I mean, has it been a good decision, a bad decision? I think I have a feeling of your answer, but you know, talk us through that.
I mean, I think it's been a good decision. I don't know. I mean, yeah, there's been struggles, but I guess the struggles are just anticipated. Like, it just brings you to another opportunity, really. But I can't really think of anything that was like, damn, like that was hard, you know, like you just work through it. But I can't really think of anything like specific that was like over. Yeah.
What's been the biggest surprise that the brick and mortar store has brought you over?
One thing that it brought was credibility. Like, you know, like a lot of these guys that live on like Longboat Key or Bird Key, like, were they going to buy a suit from a truck from a kid that had, you know, just started this random business?
Well, ironically now they might actually buy a suit from a truck just because you have the mortar.
Yeah, exactly. No, so, you know, that was, you know, credibility and then just expanding the footprint.
So you'll take the truck as far as Fort Myers or Tampa?
Yeah, heck yeah.
He takes the damn truck to Miami.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we go to all the, you know, Grant Cardone events and stuff. Like, that's a huge thing for me. I absolutely love.
That's where sometimes I see you at those things, and I'm a little envious because I'm like, man, this guy's market is just anybody that has a set of shoulders. Like, I mean, and if they're narrow shoulders or broad, it doesn't matter. Like anybody that you can throw a suit on, male or female, even. Have you done some female suits?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So 100%. I mean, literally, your market is everybody.
Yeah, it is. But you know, there is like, you know, all day long I hear, oh, dude, like, I don't wear suits. I'll never wear a suit. I moved down to Florida because I don't wear suits. You know, all that. You know, that's the hardest objection. Like the guys even told me, like the guys that work with me, they're like, man, I can't, like, I don't know how you overcome these like objections. Like all day long they get the same thing. Like, we don't wear suits.
You hear them enough, you have your answer.
Yeah, but I mean, the only answer is like keep moving on. Find the next person that is gonna buy a suit. Or
well, dude, you don't wear a suit, but you need a suit. Everybody needs a suit, so you don't have to wear it, but you need it.
But, you know, you can sell them shirts, too. I mean,
shirts.
What are those guys paying for those shirts where they turn the cuffs up and...
French cuffs?
No, not those. You know what I'm talking about. All these
Robert
guys...
Grahams?
Yeah, all the guys think they're cool down here. We're those that are older.
Yeah, they love the Robert Grahams.
They love the Robert Grahams. That's the one. I feel like you would love a Robert Graham.
I'm not there yet, okay? I got some grays, but
you would look really good in Robert Graham.
Some wisdom in the beard.
My dad likes those.
Brad brought up a good point that anyone is your client, essentially.
Anyone that we can get to, because our business is very relationship based, and we have to be able to be in front of the person to measure them.
That kind of leads to my next question, which is going to sound like a no. Do you have an online presence where you can ship to other states, or is it you have to be a face-to-face transaction?
I mean, it's really best face-to-face, but we've done virtual stuff before. But like I'm trying to get into like some of the casual line and stuff. Like, not that I'm trying to shift my whole business, but I'm building out like a line of you guys haven't been in the shop. Did you feel the t-shirts?
Oh yeah.
So we're out of town for that, by the way. You were out of town for mine. I was out of town for yours. Just having to work out.
I can't remember what happened that night that I couldn't come to yours.
You sent your guy though, so at least you had a present.
And then Brad hit me back and he's like, "All right, well, I'm going to send my assistant." I was like, okay, yeah, maybe that was an asshole move on my side. I don't know. I didn't know.
Oh, because he texted me like a month before the grand opening, whatever, and he's like, "Yo, love to see you," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'll send my guy." Because he sent his guy, which he was really. I mean, that guy's cool. He's great. We had a great time, so it was all good. It was all good.
No, it wasn't me because I can't remember what I had, but I had something going on. I couldn't go. But yeah, I'm building out a line of like. We've already got V-necks, crew necks, and polos, and then we're building out shorts, joggers, and hoodies, and I'm just trying to do some type of
I get it. Guys that say I don't wear suits. You're like, hey, then I got something for you.
I get it. When I went in there, I said, okay, I see what he's doing. Yeah. I mean, the store, if you go in there, it's not packed full of stuff.
No.
It's really more of like a lounge and experience center.
I want it to be a luxury store. You don't go into Louis Vuitton or Tom Ford and you just get inundated with like people come to me all the time. They're like
giant sale rack.
Yeah,
bargain bins.
Nothing
none
like
of that. No.
But it's funny, man. Like people call me all the time. They're like, hey, I got these belts that I make. Can I commission them at your store? I'm like,
we're not a consignment shop.
What is this? Like, and people call me like, I got a closet full of suits I've had for 30 years. Can you leave them outside your store? You have no idea how much money you're missing out on. They're trying to sell me on this. I'm like, absolutely not.
There's plenty of great thrift stores.
Yeah, exactly.
Direct into one of those.
Yeah.
But no, I got the impression exactly, if that's what you're trying to do, that's exactly what you did for me. And then, I thought obviously what you're trying to do is you're trying to not only make the custom clothing, but also be kind of like a lifestyle curator for people who don't want to muck about going to 15 different stores.
Yeah,
they know they can just go to Tweeds, and they know they're getting a level of quality. They're getting something that's going to last. And they're getting something that's going to fit them great.
And they have somebody with a little bit of fashion sense
there
to
you
help
go.
them.
Yeah, style consultant.
Lord knows we all need.
And one of us at this table needs it, quite frankly, more than others. And so I asked Don when he sat down, when he walked in, I said, man, did you bring your tape? Because he always has it. It's usually around his
halfway
neck.
through it's raining halfway through. I forgot my tape
I
measure.
actually thought to text him like, hey, man, make sure you bring your tape. Right, we've got a perfect client for you. But he always has it, so I just assumed that he would bring it. But you don't need it, right? You got a storefront right down the street.
Exactly.
He can stop in anytime and see you.
We'll walk over.
But we got to seal the deal on this podcast live somehow. How are we going to overcome the objection?
Well, I got a weddings to go to this summer.
There you go.
I got a reason.
So
when's the first wedding?
I think August.
We better get to work.
Turnaround time on something like that.
You're coming in at the perfect time.
Not too late, not too early. I think it's perfect.
Absolutely
time.
perfect.
Shout out to Morgan, my girlfriend. It's
Hey,
her
happy birthday
today.
too.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Morgan.
birthday to Morgan.
Happy
It's his
birthday.
girlfriend's birthday.
Nice.
And he just chose to
I
be
don't know
here.
you, but happy birthday.
So you're doing like a Friday night bites, but on Wednesday?
We're
Is it
doing
Wednesday?
dinner with her family tonight, and then we have, we're still going to hit Friday night bites, and Saturday night we're doing the sunset cruise with a bunch of her friends.
Is that the Marina Jacks?
Marina Jacks.
Yeah, the barge.
Diesel fumes or non-diesel
Listen,
fumes?
man, I don't make the plans in this relationship. I show up.
I had a question. Has anyone been to Corona Cigar?
Yes.
I've been there too much now. It's open
one in
about
Tampa,
10
right?
days.
Or-
No, they just opened down the street.
Did they?
Yeah.
It's right across from this
Yeah.
place, so it's dangerous for you.
Yeah, it's super dangerous.
They know what they're doing.
Oh, yeah.
They're very good at what they do.
I'll have to check that out. We'll
Yeah.
have to get the owner over here too.
Oh, yeah,
That'd
for
be a good
sure.
idea.
Yeah, there's really nice
Well,
people.
actually,
I met her.
There.
She's pretty cool.
Yeah, she's really cool.
That would be one that would be cool to do on location because we could just post up with a cigar and
that'd be dope.
maybe a bourbon and just shoot it up.
I'm acting like I'm going to be there.
Let's do it.
Maybe you can sit in.
Felipe, maybe 30 minutes late so you can fill in for the first 30 minutes.
With your
anyways.
trucks in the city limits.
I love it. So let's. I know you shared a little bit about the, the additional clothing lines. Maybe that is it. But like long-term vision, 5, maybe 10 years out. What are we thinking for Tweeds?
Get as big as possible.
Yeah. What's
I don't know if
the goal?
did you see I'm opening in Tampa?
I did not see like brick and mortar too.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll be open in August. So
kidding.
that's the next town, and then we're just gonna keep moving from
You
there.
said he's a Grant Cardone guy, right?
He ain't messing around.
More.
10X.
There you go.
Yeah.
Ain't messing around. I love that. Where in Tampa?
Right next to Oxford Exchange.
Great location.
Yeah, it's a sick location.
Dude.
Yeah.
His suits must be expensive, bro. I love it.
I mean, I guess that's a relative.
Well, dude,
It's funny, man. We were like, I always like to try to anchor things out, and it's like, our suits started around like 2000. It's like, for a custom suit, I think that's what you would expect to pay. But you call like, I'm like, what are like the real high end guys? And like, there's a place called Keaton or like, obviously Tom Ford.
Oh, Keaton.
Keaton. I mean, their custom suits like start around $9,000. I'm like, damn, I want to get in that game.
Yeah, I mean, just move.
But it just makes it seem like affordable.
That's not my wedding set.
What's the difference though between a night, like from a guy that knows suits, right? Let's educate the audience. What's the damn difference?
The fabrics they're pulling, their suits are all handmade.
So you can get your hands on those fabrics though. So you're in, you could essentially be in that market. It's custom.
100%.
So if somebody came
our
into you
suits
wanted,
can go as high as like 10, 12 grand, but they're start at that price point.
Right.
They go up to 50 grand, which is kind of crazy. But it just helps me realize, like, no, I mean, like $2,000.
So
for
let's
a custom
build a
suit's good.
$50,000 suit right now, head to like top to bottom. Like what? I mean, it's all fabric.
Yeah, it's all fabric, and
But we're also, I would think, correct me if I'm out of line, but you're paying for their curation of style, because if you look at a Keaton suit versus an Armani suit, there may be details that they
100%.
do on all these suits versus what they do on these,
Yeah.
and people want. It's kind of like how you wear that watch and everybody knows.
It's clout.
Yeah, it's like
that watch.
that's an Armani suit because it's got these 3 details.
It's a fresh watch.
So that's part of it. So, who knows? Maybe in a few years we'll have Tweeds signature details that everybody will know.
Yeah, I always
and
think
they
about
will
that. I'm
be
like,
able to charge, closer to that.
Yeah, 100%.
Right?
Maybe this podcast is the jumping point.
That's right. Hey, at the end of every episode when we're wrapping up, we always want to ask the guests who's some other movers and shakers, right, in the Sarasota area, people that, whether it's entrepreneurs, celebrity, past clients, interesting people.
Interesting who people wouldn't know in Sarasota unless they know.
Who would you love to see on the
people under the
Sarasota
radar
podcast?
Here,
I mean, I don't know how under the radar it is, but I always think of like Justin at O&A.
Oh, love him. Great idea.
Yeah, I mean, Justin's awesome. He started out from a mobile coffee cart, and he's building his business, and he
You would think of him.
Yeah.
You guys have the same story.
Yeah.
Coffee and suits.
And plus, I go there 3 times a day for my coffee. Like,
I did see you the other day.
I put a bug in his ear about it. I planted that seed.
No, and he'll do it.
I think he'll
Justin's
do it.
been on a
Just
few
took
of
the
them.
credit for that one.
Yeah.
Felipe. All right, so when we get Justin from O&A, that's actually Felipe's guest, not Don's. So you got to get another one now.
Oh, man. Gosh.
I mean, feel free.
I don't know
That
why.
is a pretty good one, though.
Yeah, I would definitely have Justin on.
You know who I'd love to see on? You always got this guy, and I don't know him. That's why I'd love to have him on, get to know him. There's this guy that's got the great beard. He always models your suits for
Chris.
you. He always,
Chris,
I think he has a podcast.
That's what I was thinking next.
He's got a podcast
Chris
too,
Kimbrell.
right?
Yeah. And what's cool about Chris is he's been, doing mortgage for, I forget how long, whatever. He's done really well. But he just started his own mortgage company. So now he's like making the leap and like building his own thing.
And he's got a cool podcast too. Weren't you on
Real
that
Hustle
podcast?
Yeah.
I think I saw a clip or something.
Yeah.
That's what triggered me to reach out to you and get you on this thing again.
Yeah.
So.
No, I definitely have Chris on the show.
All right.
Yeah, he's a cool guy, and he does a lot of the podcasts and
So
stuff.
when Chris sees this, just we'll get we'll send it through you. You get the referral.
Want me to throw him I'll throw you in a group chat with him
Perfect.
after this.
There you go.
That's a new thing too. You ever ask for a referral? Just ask someone to throw you in a group chat. You ever do that?
Every time.
Yeah,
just throw me in a group text with it.
it's
Throw
like-
me in a group text with it. That's the easiest way.
Yeah, exactly.
So before we wrap up, anything you want to share? Anything else that we didn't get to share? Didn't get to highlight? You want to promo any events, things like that? I know you're always doing something. So
I don't have any highlights, but I mean,
you shared a bunch of them. So that's
okay,
fair.
all right. I guess I'll leave it with I don't know.
So if you want, when people think Tweeds, what do you want them to think?
That we're all over the place.
All over the place.
Omnipresent.
Omnipresent. That's what I was gonna say. Like, that's
All over
like
the place.
if there's one piece of advice, and not that you should take advice from me, because we're trying to do big things. But yeah, attention follows money, and be everywhere. Because if someone doesn't know,
Money follows attention.
Money follows attention. Yeah. So like, if you don't know, if someone who wants to do business with what you do and they don't know you exist, how can they do business with you? So you have to make sure that people know who you are, what you do, and you got to be everywhere.
Enter Sarasota Speaks podcast.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, thanks for coming. Thanks for jumping on. Thanks for trucking it through the rain to get here.
Awesome, man. Thank you.
We'll get Trey over to the shop to get measured up. It's got to be. I think this week would be the cutoff for
100%.
August, right?
Probably like within the next hour.
Yeah, I think it's close.
We'll throw you in a group text with Morgan, and she can
Morgan
make sure
will
you
make
get
it
there.
There you go. All right, guys. Well, thanks. It was fun.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.